It's giving Zimbabwe, and it must continue to give Zimbabwe because when Zimbabwe is giving at its best, it's considered the breadbasket of Africa. It is a painful symbol for the lost potential and promise and the power for Black power and Pan Africanism. Country where Black people owned their land and their economy, and they currently don't even have a currency. And that's what I'm here to talk about right now. I know you might want to say ZiG, but it was currently devalued at 40% by the government. So that one is not giving. And I might not be an economist, but I think I have definite solution that the government of Zimbabwe can apply to this problem. The problem is nobody outside of Zimbabwe even knows there's such a thing as ZiG, and nobody inside Zimbabwe wants to use a ZiG, and everybody wants to use the US dollar, but the government of Zimbabwe cannot print, make, or buy enough US dollars for the economy to function accurately. And this is a 20-year-old problem, started by the taking back of land by Robert Mugabe. So the America and the British deleted the Zimbabwean dollar off the world forex trading and even tried to invade Zimbabwe. But that's a different topic for a different day. The problem is now there is no currency in Zimbabwe and no economy can function without a currency. But there's also another thing that did not exist 20 years ago that will solve Zimbabwe's problem: BitCoin. But not just Bitcoin, something that they tried a few years ago, which is a currency basket, but including Bitcoin as a core function of that currency basket. Is a country whose crime was worse than South Africa's 10 years ago and whose economy was weaker and worse than Zimbabwe's 10 years ago, but today is better than South Africa and Zimbabwe in all counts of economy and socio-economic development, and that is El Salvador. The Bitcoin experiment in El Salvador is a huge success, and El Salvador had a lot more to lose than Zimbabwe. So, Zimbabwe needs two things: stability and liquidity. Allowing SADC currencies to be legal tender in Zimbabwe, meaning the currencies from South Africa, Zambia, Mozambique, Botswana, Lesotho, and Swaziland are allowed to be used in Zimbabwe, therefore providing the Zimbabwean economy the liquidity it needs. And Bitcoin will allow the stability and international scarcity and competition that the currency needs. Allowing Bitcoin to be legal tender will also increase the international attention and international tourist and investment that will come from Bitcoin maximalists and loyalists. This is my message to the president of Zimbabwe or his son who might be president. Let me just say the Reserve Bank. No, the government of Zimbabwe. Yeah, do this. Allow Bitcoin to become legal tender so that you can have international liquidity, international scarcity, international competition, and international investment. And then allow SADC currencies to be legal tender for local stability, local liquidity, and local trade and investment. That's it. It's a simple two-step plan that you've tried before, but now you have something like Bitcoin, which will change the game. And it's as simple as that. Holla if you need me.